Parents, when was the exact moment you realized your kid could totally outsmart you? For me, it was when my daughter Lily was 7. Lily had always been observant, too observant, if you ask me. She'd watch how I handled situations and file away information like a tiny human database. But I never realized just how strategic her little mind was until the great cookie negotiation. It started on a regular Tuesday. I was working from home, buried in spreadsheets, while Lily was supposedly doing her homework at the kitchen table. I'd made chocolate chip cookies the night before, my grandmother's recipe, the kind that make your house smell like heaven for hours afterward. "Mommy," came the sweet voice that immediately made me suspicious. "Can I have a cookie?" Without looking up from my laptop, I gave my standard response. "Not before dinner, sweetie. You know the rules." I heard her sigh dramatically. "Okay." Then silence. Too much silence. 5 minutes later, she returned with a sheet of paper. "I made you something." It was a handwritten contract. I'm not kidding. At the top, in her wobbly handwriting, it said, "Cookie agreement." Below was a list of terms. Lily can have one cookie. Now Lily promises to eat all her dinner. If Lily breaks promise, she gets no dessert for 2 days. Mommy signs below to agree. I stared at it, genuinely speechless. "Where did you learn about contracts?" She shrugged. "Daddy talks about them for work. And you always say we should write down important promises." I was torn between laughter and shock. "Honey, I appreciate the effort, but the answer is still no." Her face remained perfectly calm. "That's okay. I understand." She took the paper and walked away. 10 minutes later, my phone pinged with a text from my husband. "Did you tell Lily she could have a cookie if she got my permission?" Before I could respond, Lily appeared in the doorway, cookie in hand, angelic smile on her face. "Lily!" I exclaimed. "What did you tell your father?" "I told him you said I should ask him about the cookie because you were busy working." She took a triumphant bite. "You didn't say no to that." My husband appeared on our video chat. "Sorry, honey. She said you were swamped and delegated the cookie decision to me. Seemed reasonable." I narrowed my eyes at my daughter, who was happily munching away. "That was very sneaky." "Not sneaky," she corrected, crumbs on her chin. "Strategic. That's what Grandpa calls it when you find another way to get what you want." My father had been teaching her chess. Apparently, she'd been learning more than just how to move the pieces. That night, after Lily went to bed, my husband and I sat in stunned silence. "She's 7, I whispered. She created a diversion with the contract knowing I'd reject it, then immediately implemented her backup plan. He nodded. "We're in trouble when she's a teenager." The next morning, I presented Lily with my own contract entitled Honesty Policy. We had a long talk about manipulation versus negotiation. As I explained the difference, she listened attentively, nodding at all the right moments. When I finished, she looked up at me with those innocent eyes. "I understand, Mommy. No more tricks." Then she added, "But you have to admit, it was a pretty good plan." I couldn't help but laugh. "Yes, it was impressive. Terrifying, but impressive." "So," she said, her voice casual, "can we negotiate about ice cream after school today?" And that's when I knew for certain. This child would either be president or a criminal mastermind. Either way, I was outmatched.